Hello, and thank you for joining me today. My name is Jesenia Edwards, and I am the founder and creative director of Maximalist PR. Before we get started, let me tell you a little bit about Maximalist PR. We are a boutique creative agency specializing in experiential public relations that bring brands to life through storytelling, design, and experience. We craft brand worlds built on culture, emotion, and community. Over the past year, we've partnered with SkyQuest Park, a beloved regional theme park here in Florida, with over 4 decades of history to help reintroduce it to a new generation. Together, we set out to prove that when strategy and imagination align, even the most nostalgic brands can feel brand new again. SkyQuest Park has been a longtime fixture of family fun in Florida's Space Coast. Known for its classic rides, small town charm, and family friendly atmosphere, it's the kind of park people remember visiting as kids and then bring their own children back to later in life. But as the competition around them grew, from high tech mega parks to destination resorts, SkyQuest began to lose its visibility. The leadership team wanted to evolve, but without losing the heart of what made SkyQuest Park special, and that is where Maximalist PR stepped in. SkyQuest faced a perception problem. It wasn't particularly failing, it was just being forgotten. With limited space and resources, it couldn't compete with the massive IP driven experiences of its neighbors, or even the natural beauty of Florida's beaches, parks, and ecosystems that already offered families an affordable way to spend a day together. The challenge for us was to reframe those limitations as strengths. And that means to transform thoughts like dated into authentic and small into personal. Our job was to reawaken the sense of wonder people once felt there and remind guests that not every escape has to be larger than life. In fact, some of the best ones might be just down the road. We saw an opportunity to reframe SkyQuest as the antithesis of the modern megapark experience. So that means no endless lines, no sky high ticket prices, no marathon days that leave you exhausted before the fun even starts. Just pure, uncomplicated fun, and that's the kind that families can enjoy on a whim. And with the new state of the art VR attraction on the horizon, SkyQuest could bridge nostalgia with innovation and prove that you can look forward without letting go of the past. Before developing anything creative, we started with research. Using Esri tapestry segmentation, local demographics, and psychographic analysis from Brevard and Indian River counties, we profiled SkyQuest's real audience and found that they are families seeking connection, retirees who value tradition, and young people looking for affordable, wholesome fun. The takeaway was clear. SkyQuest's strength wasn't its scale, but rather it was shared memory. The park united generations in a way that the larger destination parks could not, and that insight became our foundation. But research only matters when it informs design. So we mapped each audience segment to specific creative activations, ensuring every zone, event, and feature reflected a real audience motivation. For example, Retroville appealed to suburban families craving nostalgia. Wonder Quest spoke to multi-generational households, and Moonlight Quest gave retirees and adults a reason to return after dark. Even the SkyQuest app's community rewards were shaped by data, integrating local businesses partnerships to reach value-driven guests where they already shop. Data gave us the blueprint, but emotion gave it life. And that is where Step Into the Story was born. Instead of trying to be the next big franchise park, we reimagined SkyQuest as a living timeline of family entertainment, celebrating how joy has evolved through the decades. Each zone became a chapter. Retroville celebrated the mid-century magic of the 1950s to 1970s Americana. That's jukeboxes, drive-ins, and chrome diners. Neon Quest captured the bold, tech-loving 80s with its arcades, synth soundtracks, and bright optimism. Oddity Quest honored the vintage traveling carnival with striped tents, hand-painted signs, ring toss games, and sideshows. And Marquee Quest was anchored in the silver screen era, so Art Deco marquees, spotlights, red carpets, and the glamour of classic Hollywood. When guests visited SkyQuest, they wouldn't just walk through the park, they would be moving through time. To bring this idea to life, the campaign was built on 7 interconnected layers. First, positioning SkyQuest as a timeless escape with a modern twist. This included modernizing the park and its logo and theming. A new brand kit and media room were created for SkyQuest Park to share this and other updated information, making it accessible to the media and curious guests. Second, the era-based zones of Step Into the Story gave each part of the park its own aesthetic identity and emotional variety. Third, the seasonal overlays that we thought up, including Wonder Quest and Moonlight Quest, refreshed the park's story without major construction commitments. Fourth, the introduction of the VR ride served as a technological bridge between past and present. Fifth, the introduction of the SkyQuest app allowed guests to navigate, collect digital souvenirs, and even pre-order food. This connected guests before, during, and after their visit. Sixth, the persona builder in-park and in-app feature allowed guests to create their own characters that evolve with each visit, ultimately making them the heroes of their own stories in the park. And finally, the creation of a community partnership network connected local businesses through geofence rewards that build loyalty by embedding SkyQuest within the community ecosystem. The persona building feature became one of the most exciting layers to design because it turned guests into participants. Through the SkyQuest app, guests can choose which era they belong to, earn XP by exploring the park, and unlock achievements tied to rides, events, and promotional challenges. The app tracks milestones, so everything from completing promotional challenges to visiting partner businesses can unlock in-park perks or discounts. It's a way to make every visit meaningful and every guest feel seen. This gamified system turned casual visits into an ongoing story, one that blurred the line between SkyQuest and its surrounding community. The park experience no longer begins and ends at the gate. It continues through each person's life journey. But storytelling isn't just about structure, it's about emotion. And now that we had those structural systems in place, we needed to transform engagement into connection. And that's where the Maximalist PR experience art came in. This is our proprietary framework for guiding audiences from curiosity to belonging. The experience arc is the foundation of how we build engagement. It follows 4 stages or pillars: curiosity, context, culture, and continuity. Curiosity captures attention. Context creates meaning. Culture builds belonging. And continuity ensures the story doesn't end after the initial moment has passed. This model guided every creative and PR decision, helping SkyQuest transform from a static destination into a dynamic narrative. We applied the experience arc across every touch point. We sparked curiosity through the Designing Wonder webinar, which was an intimate digital reveal that teased SkyQuest evolution and the new VR ride. Context came to life at opening credits, which was an immersive premiere event that blended filmic nostalgia and experiential storytelling. We built culture through our live specialty experiences, curated content, created park lore, staff community, and local neighborhood partnerships and connections. And continuity lives in the SkyQuest app, tracking memories, milestones, and rewards long after guests head home. The arc turned strategy into emotion and emotion into loyalty. Events are the heartbeat of every Maximalist PR campaign, and SkyQuest became a case study in experiential storytelling. We developed an ecosystem or an experiential ecosystem that positioned every activation as an unfolding chapter in SkyQuest's ongoing story. It began with the Designing Wonder webinar. This digital pre-launch created intrigue and generated app downloads. The invite-only opening credits red carpet premiere event gave guests the first taste of the VR ride and renewed the park's cultural relevance. From there, Moonlight Quest transforms the park into an ambient nightlife experience for adults on a regular basis, as does Wonder Quest, as it delivers a daytime celebration of imagination for families with small children. Seasonal overlays like Summer Retro Revival and Halloween Fright Quest keep the story alive and evolving year-round, while local partnerships tied everything back to community. Every event was purpose-built to generate emotion and not just attendance. Creatively, Step Into the Story balanced innovation with authenticity. The VR ride became a conceptual centerpiece, the symbol of reinvention, showcasing how SkyQuest could modernize without abandoning its soul. The SkyQuest app unified the guest journey, creating a continuous loop of interaction, feedback, and delight. Together, these pieces created something far greater than the sum of their parts. Our messaging, visuals, and PR content all work together to create a brand world that guests could step into, explore, and return to again and again. Although the campaign is ongoing, the transformation is already visible. The conversation around SkyQuest has changed. Guests and press alike now describe it as authentic, imaginative, and community centered. It is a place that feels rooted in memory but still alive with possibility. Local partners have become brand advocates and active partners in the loyalty program. Longtime fans feel proud to see Longtime fans feel proud to see their childhood park thrive again, and younger audiences are experiencing it for the first time. The park's identity has evolved from a nostalgic landmark to a modern living story. SkyQuest didn't have to become something new. It just needed to remember who it's always been. This campaign has become proof that imagination, when paired with strategy, can do what budget can't. For Maximalist PR, Step Into the Story represents everything we believe about creative public relations. That strategy and storytelling are not opposites, they're allies. This project reaffirmed that emotion is measurable, community is scalable, and nostalgia is an untapped form of modern currency. It also reinforced that success isn't measured by scale, but by sentiment and how people feel when they walk away. Through this partnership, we've shown that the future of PR isn't just about what a brand says, it's about what people experience through it. Thank you again for joining us on this journey through SkyQuest Park, Step Into the Story. This campaign is proof positive of what we envision for the future of public relations and experiential marketing. That strategy and storytelling can coexist beautifully when you approach them with both intellect and imagination. That when imagination leads and authenticity follows, you don't just build awareness, you build connection. Again, thank you for joining me. I'm Jesenia Edwards, founder and creative director of Maximalist PR. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd be glad to send you this deck and answer any other questions or thoughts you may have, or partner with you on any other experiences that you may be looking to offer to your community. Have a great day. Bye-bye.